Welcome to episode number 29 of the ABCs from God, the truth about being Christian. Today's show is entitled, Are You Heavenbound or Hellbound? Last week's show we shared with you how the God passport overrides the vaccine passport. To help support this channel, please hit the subscribe button and smack that bell to keep updated on our new content. And if you're new to this channel, welcome and thank you for joining us today. Do you recall in last week's show we discussed how there seems to be a balancing act in this world with good and evil, and the end result for each of us is either an eternity in heaven or an eternity in hell. Heavenbound equals loving Christian disciples striving to keep God's laws. Hellbound equals godless, hateful lawbreakers. It is funny, or rather sad, that individuals will get all uppity, snobby about there being a hell, a place of punishment and torment. What little child in us would not like to be spanked after breaking a family rule? But after receiving the mild discipline, that is, no scars for life, no capital punishment, we all appreciate the learning situation received from our punishment. And if no punishment is received, then the behaviour reoccurs with no end in sight. Sadly, we can see some political and business leaders and media personalities who have been brought up in these loving homes of no punishments. These princes and princesses are the epitome of spoiled brats, never having learned that wrongs need to be punished. These are the same people, the same kooks that promote the insane idea of having less or no police. Well, a short stint of this last year in Seattle and Portland squashed that idea. Bible quote from the book of Leviticus, chapter 26, verses 14 to 16. But if you will not listen to me and carry out all these commands, and if you reject my decrees and abhor my laws, and fail to carry out all my commands, and so violate my covenant, then I will do this to you. I will bring on you sudden terror, wasting diseases, and fever that will destroy your sight and sap your strength. You will plant seed in vain because your enemies will eat it. This quote is just a fraction of what God is bringing to the ungodly people in chapter 26 of Leviticus. Today and throughout most generations since the book of Leviticus was written, we can see the break from God's top commandment. From Deuteronomy, the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6, verse 5. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. Obedience to this law is a starting point for each one of us. Yes, God has and does punish us for defiance from his laws, but he is a patient and loving God. Just look at the love he sent us through his son Jesus Christ. And just look at the love through Jesus' devotion to the Father. And through Christ's commitment, we Christians are blessed with the Holy Spirit to uphold and guide us. Our enemies, they're God haters, self-seeking God wannabes. They are our enemies outside our country's borders as well as inside them. The Christian church revival is now on. Get back to your God before the wooden spanking spoon comes out. Oh, if it were only that sort of punishment. Well, if you enjoyed the show, please subscribe, like, and share it with a friend. As well, share it with a political leader in your neighborhood, a lawyer or a judge, a media company, and a teacher or a religious leader. Please join with me for next week's show entitled, The Christian Church Revival is Now. For those of you who are currently without a church group, please feel free to go to my description and listen to a weekly sermon from the Richmond Alliance Church. We also recommend our brothers down south, John MacArthur at Grace to You, and Alistair Begg at Truth for Life. If you have just come to Jesus Christ, or have been following him a while, begin or keep up your daily habit of reading the Holy Bible. Be part of a Bible-based church, and join with my friends and I in sharing God's truths, his ABCs, about being Christian. God bless.